So today is August 10th, 2025. Exactly 26 weeks ago today, 6 months, half a year, Super Bowl 59 was played. Once upon a time, I walked the earth in someone else's shoes. Beautiful morning in Pamplona. I am on the west side of Pamplona, watching the sun come up over the Pyrenees on the east side. I realized I'm grieving. I found a meme the other day about what we grieve. Let me share that with you real quick. Here it is. Grief isn't just for death. It's also for friendships that you've ended, losing your community, missing the certainty you once had, questioning your judgment, releasing who you once were, feeling lost and unanchored, or losing traditions you loved. The most interesting ones on that list to me are the last two, feeling lost and unanchored and losing your traditions. And I realized I started to feel lost and unanchored 6 months ago. But yesterday, August 10th, was 6-month anniversary of Super Bowl 59, LIX. And I missed Super Bowl. I didn't miss it, Super Bowl 59, but we had a planned trip to Bali that month, and I hadn't really thought about the Super Bowl. It was booked back in September, and then all of a sudden, my team, the beloved Philadelphia Eagles, gets into the Super Bowl, and I say to my wife, okay, when are we flying? She goes, well, we're flying to Los Angeles on the 8th, and then we're flying out of Los Angeles that night, and it's a 17-hour flight, I think. So I do the math. Super Bowl kicks off at 6:30 Central, which is like 7:30 a.m. in Singapore, which is where we connect after 17 hours. And I'm like, oh, of all the days to be traveling across the Atlantic, this goddamn day. The thing about the Super Bowl is it's not just that my team's in it. It's Super Bowl Sunday is a fantastic tradition for me. I love the whole day. Putting on all the pregame for the whole afternoon, walking around, getting your chores done, cleaning house, cooking food, whatever it takes, listening to the talking heads talk about the game for 4.5 hours. That's a big deal for me. And during that 4, 5, 6 hour pregame, I was on a flight in the middle of the night. Now, Singapore Air was going to televise the game, but they didn't have any pregame. They started their pregame half an hour before kickoff, so I was able to turn it on. Once that came on, I started to watch. I got to see the introductions of the team, and then all of a sudden the captain says, we're coming into our final descent. If you're sitting in an exit row, which are those, you have no seat backs in front of you, your screen comes out of the armrest, right? It comes up in front of you like that. Well, you can't have that up for landing, so you have to take your screen and put it back. Now, anybody who has a seat back screen, they get to watch the game just fine. But because we had an exit row, Lauren had just had her knee surgery, so we got exit row so she could stretch her legs. Because of that, I couldn't watch kickoff. So we're coming in for landing. I'm looking around trying to see, is the game on anywhere? Somebody 3 rows up has it. I see just the edge of the screen. That's it. I'm going fucking nuts, I want to see the game. What's the game? Blah, 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 blah. We finally land in Singapore Airport. I pull out my phone, check the score. All right, Eagles up 7-0. Doesn't mean anything. Walk through the airport, finally get to our gate, pull the phone out, look again. Oh, they're up 10-0. Okay, cool. But that doesn't mean anything. They were up 10-0 in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs 2 years ago. And every time the Chiefs go down by 10 points, they come back to win. We wait, we finally load. I look at my phone, 17-0. Maybe. We get on the flight to Phuket. I'm able to finally turn on and see a little bit of the game. And I get to watch the game in bits and pieces. Of course, the captain keeps coming on announcing things, makes the screen go black and puts the little announcement message up there. Kendrick Lamar's halftime show comes up. I'm not sure if I disliked it so much because it was cutting into the scant amount of time I had to watch football. It was a long halftime show. Anyway, we land in Thailand. I don't get to see the final score till we get to our next resort. Eagles have won 40-22. We go up to the Big Buddha. I have this dream. I'm going to take a video of myself in my Eagles jersey walking in front of the Big Buddha, and I'm going to post it online because I have so many Chiefs friends back home. And you know what? Big Buddha's closed. So I have to just take a photo of myself in my jersey. From a distance, you see the Big Buddha's head over the trees. It was weird, but I'm finally able to look back now and say that was setting a tone, because during the first 5-6 months of 2025, we were packing, getting paperwork to go to Spain, going crazy. I was going crazy. I was losing my mind. Then we get moved to Spain after a pretty tumultuous trip with cats we bring our cats over. We have to adapt to an empty apartment. And culture shock is a real thing. And I always thought culture shock looked like, but culture shock is just realizing those things in that grieving list. Those things are gone. So Lauren is on a trip with her friend. She left yesterday. And we just signed up for a thing called DAZN, D-A-Z-N, which allows us to watch the NFL season. We can watch any of the games from here. And it's about 40% of the price back home for NFL Sunday ticket. So we signed up for DAZN. We check out the quality's great. We watch some preseason games. And then I see all the games of all the teams are available from last year, uncut. So I think, you know what I'm going to do? I want to watch that whole Super Bowl. It's almost like the Super Bowl wasn't real. All I've seen are highlights. I've listened to podcasts of people responding to those highlights. But it's kind of like watching a preview to a movie that your parents say you're not old enough to watch. That's an experience I know very well. That's what the Super Bowl felt like to me. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to watch it. And you know what's more? On YouTube, the full 4.5-hour pregame show is there. So I think I'll just put that on in our little apartment here in Spain. And I'm just gonna do my chores, do a little writing, come in, check on the game, listen to them talk about how Patrick Mahomes is the second coming of Christ. And the crazy thing is, after about 3 hours of it, I'm suddenly in an immersive state. It is Super Bowl Sunday. Even though I know the outcome of this game, suddenly the mind's like Super Bowl Sunday. And it's comforting. And then when it's over, I'm going to switch over to DAZN and watch the entire game. It's been just like a pregame on Super Bowl Sunday. Now they're introducing the teams. That brings up probably my favorite moment of the game, a moment I had to miss because I was still in Singapore. But there it is. Rolling. Picked up! Woohoo! Boy! It never gets old! It was the entire game, including all of the original Super Bowl commercials, every little break, every little stop. It didn't cut anything out for time. Full halftime show. So we are at halftime, scored 24-0, which is what it was when I was on the plane. For what I was able to see in flight, had to sit through the halftime show, which I wasn't too keen on. This jersey used to fit me a little better, I think. Got back in time for the halftime show. Didn't dig it on the plane. I might dig it more. I think what I didn't like about it on the plane was it felt like halftime show was killing so much of the flight and taking away my opportunity to watch more football. Still doesn't make sense to me. I guess it's because I'm an old white guy. Well, here's a friend. I'm trying to give this benefit of the doubt, but he talks so fast I don't get the message. Certainly he has talent, the way it's constructed and choreographed. Whoa, those are glorious statistics. My favorite play from all the highlights these last 6 months has been Cooper DeJean's pick 6, but my second favorite play is coming up after this commercial. technically the game's over at that point. It was just like watching the Super Bowl. It wasn't like I'm watching a replay. Everything was there. And now I'm back in and now here I am in Spain. You know, back in the States, the Philadelphia Eagles are preparing to defend their championship, defend their Super Bowl win. They don't even think of it that way. They say, we haven't done anything. Everybody's 0-0. We're not champions anymore. It's a brand new season. I like that humility. And Jalen Hurts said something. Jalen Hurts, the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, he said something that was a graffiti on my Camino in 2021. He says, you have to be where your feet are. And that makes me realize a few things. I spent all day yesterday being where my feet are not. I am physically in Spain, but I wanted to have this experience that was denied me. So what I did was recreate that experience. So for 8, 9, 10 hours almost, I was physically in Spain, but my mind was not only on the other side of the ocean, my mind was also 6 months ago, living in the past. And one of the things I've been saying to people about the process of moving to Spain is you really have to let go of your past. It's like something that's in your backpack. I even put it on my little After Effects clip where I'm letting go of things from my backpack. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I'm kind of like the Eagles. I've walked Caminos. It means nothing today. I need to be where my feet are. Don't let me hear you say life's taking you nowhere. Angel.